Right now, we're joined by former Chief of Salt Lake City Police, Chris Burbank. We always appreciate the chance to talk with you. And in a situation like this, the main thing we want to know is what happens in a policing community when you learn that something like this has occurred?
Well, it causes a ripple effect throughout your entire department. So the dispatch office, everybody working in the building, and then word goes out to officers who are not even working. And everyone starts to show up in support of the officer, of the family, and of the police department. So it is managing a little chaos for the moment to make sure that, boy, is the officer okay? Are all the parties involved? And we're very lucky in this particular circumstance, and I was very grateful to hear that everybody involved seems to be going to recover.
Yeah, that's certainly the best news. Chris, tell us, when situations like this do happen, kind of elaborate a little bit more. I know neighboring police stations are always so eager and quick to reach out to a station that currently has a crisis on their hands. Can people obviously still feel protected and safe, that there are enough officers out there and they're not being pulled away because of a certain incident like this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the nice thing is we do have plenty of police officers that work, and the jurisdictional sharing that goes on is significant. It was really one of the things that we enjoyed most in Salt Lake City is when we had a large-scale event, whether that was involving our officers or just an event that took place. The neighboring agencies, including even federal agencies, state agencies, would come to assist. And so that brings peace of mind to everyone in your community, as well as your officers, knowing that they can look in on their colleague and make sure they're okay.
And backing up a little bit from this situation, I think a lot of people, we hear this and start to think, man, this feels like it's happening a lot more these days than it used to. I know that you work in the larger policing sphere now, and training and those sorts of things. Is it happening more these days? If so, why? And if not, why does it seem like it?
Well, I think we have a heightened awareness. So as you look, we all like to look and say, oh, it's up from last year, it's down from last year, whatever the change is. But when you look at a historical trend line, a data science group studies, right, it's relatively flat. But what we're seeing is, I think we have a hypersensitivity to it, and we should. Every time a member of the public or a member of the police department is injured or shot during an encounter, that's a failure of our system. Our society has failed in that circumstance. We should all stand up and say, absolutely not. There should not be another one of these. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, we tend to just tick it off and say, all right, when's the next one going to happen?
Well, we really appreciate getting a little bit of perspective on this sort of thing. So thanks for taking a couple of minutes to fill us in. Your expertise is appreciated.
Thanks for having me.